To this week's Transformers review. For this week, we will be looking at Autobot Tracks. But before we get to Tracks, I'm actually going to do what I usually do for my G.I. Joe reviews. I'm going to do my shout-outs of the week. So you get a double shout-out for them. First will be Back to the Media, which has a new address of 48 South Loudon Street, which is technically across the street and up a little bit from their original location of 41 South Loudon Street. But they did move it to a bigger store, so they got more room to showcase their stuff. So go ahead and check them out for all your video game needs. And while you're in the neighborhood, walk down to the Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles, where you get all kinds of like He-Man and Transformers and G.I. Joe. I just got a good haul from them, so you're going to see the Transformers reviews here in the next couple of weeks that I got from them. I got like 3 Seekers, an Autobot, and I got some retro G.I. Joe stuff from there. So I got a good haul. Spent like $250 there, but hey, you know, to me it's worth it. But this is Autobot Tracks. You know, but actually, let me forget. I almost forgot. A.B. Weems Lane is 4-Color Fantasies, where you get all your comic book needs, from G.I. Joe comics to Transformer comics, and everything Marvel, IDW, and DC oriented. So please do check them out. Shattered Glass, everything. They got everything there. They're a very good store. I love that store for comic book stuff. But you can also get like role-playing games and card game stuff and all that kind of good stuff. But if you need any kind of counseling, go see Robert C. Brown at Healing Grace Counseling Services at 133 West Bascowan Street, Suite number 10. If you need to see for any kind of counseling, if you suffer from like depression or whatever. You know, I suffer from depression, you know, and PTSD and other stuff. So, yeah, I know what you're going through if you suffer from it. So, I really highly recommend counseling and stuff like that if you need it. Robert C. Brown is a good guy to go to. But that's it for the shout out. So, let's take a look at Autobot Tracks in his Maserati mode. You know, with the nice classic blue Maserati mode with the red little eagle wings with the Autobot symbol right there in the front. And he's got his guns right there in his trunk. But he is a triple changer. You know, as you can see, he does roll very well. There's a good rolling toy for any car. Any car that has wheels on it should roll. You know, in my opinion, and he does roll very well. So let me transform him into his second vehicular mode, which is a must-do, but it's just moving the arms and these little back fins. So let me show you what he looks like in his second alt mode. And here is his second alt mode, which is a flying craft, so he could just take off and just fly. You know, which is pretty neat. You know, and a pretty neat thing, as you can see most of the undercarriage. But I don't like this mode, personally, myself. You know, because this doesn't make sense in the real world, but it's Transformers, so they could get away with it, because it's more a science fictional based cartoon series, toy line, comic book series, so you can get away with it. But personally, I don't think a flying Maserati would be actually cool, unless you're doing a flying vehicle and it'd be a DeLorean like in Back to the Future. That's my thing. But let's go ahead and look at him in robot mode. And here he is in robot mode, which he is very flexible and flimsy, but loose. At least my example is. He does have great rotation in his arms. Elbow bend, wrist bend too, mainly due to transformation. Wingspan rotation, basically due to transformation. This has got very little head rotation, but that's okay. You know, don't need much of a head rotation. He does have the leg splits. Leg can move back and forth. Great knee bend forward and backwards. You know, because robots can bend their knees in both directions and not hurt. But that's Tracks. He was in Series 2. He did have a standout role in Season 2. When the Decepticons were actually stealing cars. Having got people steal cars and whatnot to make a little mindless slave robot army, Transformer army. But It's all well and good. But this has been Tracks. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, hang on. I forgot to do one little piece. Hang on one second. Let me get his... I forgot to turn him around with his crotch covering. Yay for the covering of that area. But, this has been Tracks. Tune in next Sunday as we review another Decepticon Seeker. Yes, the Seekers are back. But this time we'll be Thrust from the Studios 86 version from the Bumblebee live-action movie version of Thrust in the CGI version of the Cybertronian jets. Which I still think Thrust is a cool-looking character, but tune in next week to see that. This has been Tracks. But Thrust is next. But as here for Cobra Island, now you know. And knowing's no, wait a minute, that's for the G.I. Joe's line. It's until all are one. See y'all in the next one. Peace, love, and hair grease.